Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'll present you with a Vivian build and team guide. This is our first S-rank Ether anomaly agent. I'll also have a quick description of what she does before you go into her build and stuff. Basically, her gameplay revolves around a mechanic called Noble Woman State, and when she has enough energy, Vivian can unleash her X special attacks for significant damage and enter a fluttering frog state. And while she's in this state, she attacks from the air, consuming flight feathers to gain guard feathers. And when teammates hit an enemy with their X special attack, Vivian will use guard feathers for a feather boom attack. Basically, she does off-field DPS. Also, if this feather boom hits an enemy under an anomaly, it will deal extra damage and inflict Vivian's prophecy, causing ether damage over time. So this is effectively a DOT. Additionally, if there are other anomaly or ether characters in the team and a teammate triggers an attribute anomaly, Vivian will launch a feather boom, increasing corruption and disorder damage for the entire team. And now let's talk about her main stats. Before I talk about her main stats, I would like to let you know that a lot of you guys who watch me are not subscribed. If you'd like to support this small channel, feel free to subscribe. It's completely free of charge. Smile. And now let's continue with the build guide. So the main stats for Vivian Drive Disc Anomaly 4, you will want Anomaly Proficiency. She is an Anomaly type of character. This will improve her damage further. As for Drive Disc 5, it's either Ether damage percentage. You could also use pen ratio or attack percentage, but it highly varies depending on your team compositions, whether you're already receiving large amounts of attack buff or whether you're playing with Nicole or not, because do know that defense shred and pen ratio doesn't work well together. That is why pen ratio, it depends. But generally, it's very safe to go with ether damage percentage. You can't really go wrong with that one. And lastly, for Drive D6, it's going to be Anomaly Mastery. Anomaly Mastery is, of course, important for Vivian because you want to build up ether anomaly as quickly as possible. And now, let's also go over substats. It's going to be Anomaly Proficiency into attack percentage, flat attack, and lastly, flat pen, depending if you're going for a pen ratio build. If not, then you can easily disregard that one. As you can see with Vivian, she's very straightforward to build as your typical anomaly type of character. However, do know that you want to get as much anomaly proficiency as you can because her core passive scales very well off anomaly proficiency, so you want to get as much as you can. Now, let's talk about her drive disc options. The best in slot, Phaeton Melody. The 2-piece provides anomaly mastery increase, which is excellent, and 4-piece is pretty much exclusively just for her, at least as of right now. When any squad member uses an X special attack, the equipper anomaly proficiency increases by 45% for 8 seconds, and if the character using the X special attack is not the equipper, also the ether damage bonus will be increased by 25%. So this set is very specific for Vivian. It's going to give you more anomaly proficiency and also ether damage boost on top. An excellent go-to set for her. As for 2-piece options, it's going to be Freedom Blues. It provides 30 anomaly proficiency. This will allow you to get more AP on your Vivian, which is also very good. Chaos Jazz can do just the same if you happen to have this one with better stats. It also 30 AP. And once again, as a reminder, if you don't have her best in slot stuff, just use whatever has the best substats in the meantime until you get her best in slot set. Now let's talk about her V-Engine options. We'll begin first with her signature, which is best in slot, Flight of Fancy. It does increase her attribute anomaly build-up rate by 40%, so you will be able to get more ether anomalies out there much faster. Also, when the wielder deals ether damage, their anomaly proficiency is increased by 20 for 5 seconds, stacking up to 6 times. Basically, this V-Engine can get you 120 anomaly proficiency, and also on top it already has 90 anomaly proficiency from the advanced stat of this V-Engine, so this is a very strong V-Engine for Vivian. There is an internal cooldown of 0.5 seconds at most, but nevertheless you will easily get all of these stacks very quickly and easily with Vivian. very strong weapon for her. But fortunately, Vivian does have some other options that you can also use. We'll continue with S rank options first, and then we'll go into A rank. So Timeweaver is an excellent V engine that you can also use on Vivian. You might be confused, but basically this equipper electric anomaly build-up rate, it's still bugged, at least as of right now. It does work for all anomaly build-up rates, so it would also work for ether anomaly build-up. And even if this gets bug fixed, but you still happen to have this V engine, the other effect of it, which does provide you anomaly proficiency and also disorder damage increase, it's pretty strong for Vivian, and it's something you can still take advantage of. There is also another S rank V engine that you can use, Flamemaker Shaker. This one does not have advanced stats of AP. However, it still provides anomaly proficiency, which is something you can use. It does also give you some damage boost, energy regen of field. So it's an alright V engine. It should still be better than A rank options, but I would not be using this over the previous prior S ranks that I just mentioned. There is also another S rank that you could technically use, which is Fusion Compiler, but I don't really recommend this V engine because the pen ratio stat is not going to be necessarily useful if you play it with Nicole in the team. You're not going to get much out of this one. The tag boost is okay. It will get you some anomaly proficiency, but unfortunately, Fusion Compiler doesn't give you a lot of anomaly proficiency, and you kind of want to get V engines that give you as much AP as possible. Now let's talk about her A rank options. Electro Lip Gloss. This is the premium Battle Pass feature. This is gonna work all right on Vivian as well. It does have advanced stat of anomaly proficiency by 75. The passive itself is also pretty cool. If you're willing to buy this one with the Battle Pass or multiple Battle Passes, you could use this, but it's definitely not a necessity. You do have other options that you can use as well, like Whipping Gemini. This is a free-to-play option and arguably the best free-to-play option because it does provide quite a lot of anomaly proficiency, and you can definitely take advantage of this one. So for Vivian, her V engine options, she has quite a lot of plenty of options, so that's pretty good. And speaking of having a lot of options, Vivian also has quite a lot of options for her team comps. So now let's talk about her team options. So we'll begin first with new player-friendly teams. Unfortunately, for a newer player, you don't really have that many good options to play Vivian with. You could effectively play it with something like Piper, which is another anomaly agent, paired up with Lucy or Nicole. So basically, this is pretty much the only new player-friendly type of team, and I don't think it's necessarily going to be that good. However, if you're more of a veteran player or your account is already established, then you're gonna have way more options to play with your Vivian. So for Vivian, you can easily play her with Miyabi and, of course, as always, Astra Yao. This is going to be a very strong premium team, very powerful. You can also play, instead of Miyabi within that team, you can use Yanagi instead. Yanagi Vivian is also going to work excellently fine. However, I want to point out that Bernice plus Vivian in an Astra team, it can be a bit of messy to play because both Bernice and Vivian are kind of like off-field type of characters. You don't really have an actual dedicated on-fielder, so I wouldn't really recommend to play that team, but you can definitely try it. You can also play Vivian with Jane Doe. Jane Doe, Vivian with Astra, it's also something that you can consider playing. I'm not sure in practice how much this will improve Jane, but it's definitely worth trying it out. And also, I would like to quickly mention about triple anomaly teams, because some of you guys might be thinking, what about playing triple anomaly teams like Vivian, Bernice, Yanagi, or Miyabi, something like that? The problem with triple anomaly teams is that there is an internal cooldown of 3 seconds for anomalies, so we'll have so much anomaly build-up wasted, literally, because you're not going to be triggering those anomalies in time. So I highly recommend for any type of premium Vivian team that you play double anomaly with a support or even a stunner type of a character. Technically, you could also use Trigger, Yanagi, and Vivian as well. You have those options as well, but generally try to stick with double anomaly teams. And lastly, let's have a small section for our Bangboos. Smile. So the best in slot Bangboo for Vivian, it's going to be Robin. No, not that Robin. This Robin. This cute little Bangbo. So this Robin Bangbo does provide a lot of ether anomaly buildup, and it gets further boosted by having Vivian within the team. The only requirement for this Bangbo to have its additional ability active is to actively have Vivian within the team. That's about it. Enjoy Robin singing. Well, I don't think this one sings. Smile. As for other Bangbo options besides Robin, you can use something like Plugbo or a Zonabo. Basically, whichever one helps you at building the most anomaly. So for example, you have Yanagi Vivian team, perhaps a Plugbo to like complement a bit of that extra electric anomaly buildup could be useful. So yeah, this is pretty much it for this build and team guide for Vivian. If you have any questions or would like to add something yourself, feel free to write it within the comments down below. And of course, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a like and all that stuff. Smile. And yeah, I wish you a wonderful day and see you in the next video. Ciao.